Okay. All right, everybody. Welcome to episode 11, Fired Up Friday. And man, we're back here in Chef Brandon's backyard.
Yeah.
It's a great, beautiful day here in Florida. Man, I tell you, this weather is what we live for all year, isn't it?
I think so. I mean, I love it, but it gets a little cold for me as it, I just, you're here, and I think you're ready to go get some suntan lotion and get on the beach. I'm like preparing for a blizzard.
That's right.
So.
That's right. Chef Jason back with us today. We're excited, and we're going to be doing a very special episode here, Thanksgiving sides. I tell you, we've got some great stuff in store for you today. And if you didn't catch episode 10, be sure to go to FIREDISCcookers.com. We've got all the past episodes of Fired Up Friday, all of our blunders and beautiful recipes and good laughs and windstorms and the whole thing, right?
I mean, all your blunders. I never messed up, Oh, Jay was on last time, so it was your and Jason's blunders.
That's right. That's right.
I love. Last time we had so much fun with Jason last time. I asked. Todd, he said, hey, let's bring it back in again and just do Thanksgiving and let's have 3 different styles.
Right.
Kind of, because the feeding off of each other was so awesome and, getting 3 different perspectives on 3 different discs.
Well, you got the 2 professional chefs and then you got me, the everyday guy, right? So we're gonna do it up. So anyways, again, make sure you comment below. We're going to be giving away a bunch of swag today, and you never know, we may give away a Fire Disc cooker as well. So we'll just kind of see. That's
nice.
A good possibility today.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
So, Thanksgiving sides, right? So, Chef Brandon, what you got today? What do you bring?
Well, this is an old family classic from my thing, and I think it's not my family's classic. I think this was something that they probably brought back in the 50s. Mine's a green bean and mushroom casserole with the little fried onions on top that you used to get.
Oh,
Jason
yeah.
and I, before we started rolling, we were naming the brands of kind of onions that you used to get in the store. That as a kid, you ran out of potato chips. There's crispy onions in here.
Oh, yeah.
Pop the can and eat those.
Right.
And mine's really simple. It's a little dolled up, but not too far from the classic of what we remember.
Nice. Chef Jason, what do you got for us?
So we're going to do some roasted Brussels sprouts today with a little bacon fat, because that's always great with Brussels sprouts. We're going to do a sweet tea glaze with a little bit of this slow and low.
Oh, yeah.
Nice and tasty. A little bourbon whiskey. Why not, right?
That's right.
And we're going to finish it with that glaze, little country ham, and some cranberries.
Nice.
They all kind of go together, so it's going to be tasty.
Good deal. And I've got, man, I tell you, a sweet and spicy with a little bit of slow and low as well. Sweet potato casserole. It's going to be awesome. Got the, the whole deal with the marshmallows on top, cinnamon, the whole deal. So we're excited. So I think we're going to go ahead and get started. Yours is not going to take quite as long.
No.
You'll be able to.
We'll start with
do
yours.
little coaching.
Which is the dessert before the dessert, right?
Yep.
Yes, sir. So first and foremost, we're going to start this with putting the grapeseed oil. We get a lot of questions always. What oil is the best? I like grapeseed. You like grapeseed.
Yeah, I agree. It's got the high temp, and you don't want to get any of that burnt oil taste in your food, since we are cooking pretty high, fast heat. So
right.
And it has an extremely neutral flavor.
Yeah,
right.
It's all it's the one oil that doesn't really have any flavor.
Very.
Like
he said, neutral, almost flat. Like, it's kind of nice. You can use it to cook and get color, but it's not gonna infuse any flavors that you don't want.
Right. Yeah, so you have the other option that a lot of people use is the avocado oil as well. So,
but that does have a little flavor. It's a more richer flavor.
Yeah.
But I think this is very allows the foods that it's cooking to be transparent and true to what they are.
Right.
So,
man, I tell you, the beautiful thing about cooking on the fire disc, I can already smell the sweet potatoes.
Yep. Boom, right in your face.
Instantly. And man, I tell you, that is awesome. So, Chef Jason, why don't you go ahead and
we're gonna
get this fired up?
We're gonna get this beautiful bacon fat going in here, because you can't beat it, right? So I can get it's gonna pop because there's a little bit of moisture in there, but that's okay. So we're gonna let that melt a little. Then we're just gonna come in with our beautiful Brussels sprouts here. Just be careful you don't splash yourself too much. They're gonna snap, crackle, and pop.
Woo!
Woo.
So again, like you said, you can smell it coming
Man,
right
I
off
smell
that
that
meat,
bacon.
right?
Woo, that bacon is awesome.
And, you know, with the Brussels sprouts, if you want to add a little more than you think you need because they will start to shrink out through cooking, why not? Just go for the whole thing.
That's the beautiful thing about fire disc, man.
Going big or going home.
Load it up.
And while we were doing this, I think we were all discussing before we started this, was this is such a cool tool because it allows you to cook outside on Thanksgiving when your stove is all crammed up and you're fighting for space, and you know Aunt Margaret and your sister Marcy's going to be coming over and being like, well, I need to cook this and I need to cook that. I got to send my cranberry sauce. And you're fighting for stove space. We can go outside and be like, you can take whatever you need. I got what I got.
Yep, listen to your own music out here.
And listen, bring your own bourbon.
Yep.
And have your own party. And the fire disc. And what I like about it is also, too, one of these is almost the whole entire surface space of a normal stove.
Absolutely.
So, and it gives you more firepower, BTUs.
Yeah, definitely cooking for the family for sure. Chef Ray, may I steal some of your salt, Chef?
Oh, man, you will.
Mise en place, right?
You know what? It's everything in its place.
This little kosher salt here, we'll use one of our awesome fire disc seasonings here in a little bit.
Yeah.
Here you go, Chef.
And that's just to get the natural flavor coming from that.
Draw out some of the moisture so we can get better caramelization as these kind of cook down. Kind of leaving them on one side for a little bit just so we can get that nice color, and then we'll kind of incorporate everything back into the center, and then we'll kind of work on, once we get to that glaze period, it's going to be a fun little trick that you can do.
Awesome. Yeah, and so on mine here, I'm just gonna, cook these potatoes, get them a little brown, and then I'll start introducing the brown sugar and the bourbon, some cinnamon, and really kind of start that glazing process toward the end, right?
I think you know what? Get what we call in cooking the Maillard reaction.
Yep. That's right.
You know, all these fancy terms, people may Google them. You know.
Yeah.
My kids always ask me, it's like, hey, what does that mean? I'd be like, there's such a thing called Google. I mean, back in our day, we had to wait till get home to get the dictionary out.
Let's go elaborate. You guys cool if I add a little more bacon fat?
Oh man, I think I'm okay.
Man, that's starting to look good already.
Woo! And you got the Benton's bacon going on there too, right?
Yeah, that's an exciting little ingredient. One of my favorite ingredients around this time of year is country ham.
Go ahead and show it under the camera.
I'm sorry, I call it Benton's bacon, but I know.
Well,
I know you have
bacon
affinity
as well.
for both, yeah.
Yeah. So country ham is essentially American-style prosciutto. They use the ham, they salt cure it. Some of them smoke them, and sometimes, maybe throwing out there, sometimes it's better than prosciutto. Depending on their age and where they come from, but
Right.
I hope nobody Italians watching. They're gonna be trying to reach through.
I'm married to.
I know.
Italian, so
I like
can
it.
say it.
There's no divorcing from your Americanism here, right?
Yeah. I got paperwork in two countries.
Whoa! Here's the other thing about cooking outside. Every once in a while you get a leaf in there.
Leaves,
and just,
true fall harvest.
So true fall harvest. Oh, shoot. Well, I hope everybody's having a good week, getting ready for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of you are taking off next week.
It's creeping up.
Creeping up fast, man. It's I can't wait. I think Thanksgiving is probably one of my second favorite holiday. I would think just kicking back, eating a lot of food, and watching a little football.
That's a big thing.
Yeah.
Football on it,
Yep.
And then also you got to think that you're gonna have your Thanksgiving meal, but then you also got to think about your post-Thanksgiving meal. What are you gonna do with a little bit of leftovers?
Well, and that's the beautiful thing about FIREDISC. You can make a bunch and have a bunch of leftovers, right?
It's my wife's favorite holiday, which means it needs to be it's like a birthday month. If it's not done right, I know about it.
There you go.
And she knows that I have the skills to make it happen.
Yep.
So.
You definitely have that.
Oh,
the skill,
it's sometimes a blessing and a curse on Thanksgiving.
Right.
Even if you're not cooking, you show up to somebody's house, you're gonna save something. Or you're
Yeah.
gonna end up helping.
Yeah.
Because they
My-
see you. You see you come in, they're like, oh. Yeah,
My favorite trick
they
is
back off.
My favorite trick is like, am I doing this right? And then our nature comes out and be like, well, let me just hear it. And then all of a sudden they'll be like, oh, I got to go do this. Can you handle this for me? Of course I can handle it for you.
Yeah.
And they're drinking a glass of wine.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like you got it all right, right? Yeah.
But we're used to it.
I love the trick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's No, it's great, and you know, just like my smoker, you know, it's you know, having the smoker and then having a fire disc. Those two things. I mean, that's pretty much
You
it
know,
anymore. You know,
yeah.
you can do everything.
Yeah.
And quite honestly, I mean, I'm an okay cook. I'm not a great cook, but this thing can make you a great cook.
Yes,
There's
it's
no-
very forgiving.
Man, I
That's
tell
one
you,
thing.
just the biggest thing, and you know, we say it in every episode. If you're watching for the first time, that obviously the heat is in the center, right? We have the propane burner right under the center, so that's the hottest. That's where you do all the cooking, and then, you know, you just got to keep on it a little bit, make sure that it, you know, that it doesn't overcook, and then you can slide it up to the sides and,
Sure.
you know,
Continue on.
put the next thing, and you're gonna definitely show us that with your recipe when you do the glaze, right?
Yeah, we're definitely going to use the center of that fire disc to caramelize our sugar, and then we're going to come in with our little bourbon and our sweet tea glaze. That's going to kind of, you know, help take it over the notch, kind of make them a little sticky.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, it's going to go great with that char flavor that we get from this the fire disc here.
So the first time you introduced this confession, real quick, Jay, first time I tasted this sweet tea glaze that you made, I remember walking in the kitchen at Luke's and tasting it. And I was like, wow, he's got it, you know? I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And I just like, and I love the adaptation of it, and it really had such a cool style to it, being like, it was everything that you, oops, hey buddy.
Yep.
Lefty, get him out of here, bud.
Yeah.
So we have Lefty here, but it was just so Americana, and it's true to your cooking style. It was great.
Yeah,
Right.
you know, it's a, you know, essentially we make a little caramel, then we hit it with tea,
Let me
and
get
that
him
makes
outta
it a
here.
sweet tea glaze. And then, you know, a lot of times we'll pour it over some lemon and fresh thyme, and you put that over some fried chicken, or you glaze some pork chops or a pork shoulder with it. It's, you know, it's a multitasker, and
Yeah.
it's actually, you know, even good to dip pork rinds in.
Yeah. Well, I had some of your pork rinds here today. I'm gonna finish my
Yeah.
dish with it.
Yep.
You know,
You can never have too much of the crispy goodness. You know,
No.
that's what I like to say.
I feel like the odd man out over here, just hanging out and watching
Well,
you.
mine's getting close. I'm
Yeah,
getting
you're
close
getting
here to about to add the brown sugar here, and also going to put some butter in. I think to
There you go.
have a little
Treat.
taste. So
Oh,
put a couple half sticks of butter. Kind of add to that flavor here. This is looking really good.
You can never have too much butter on
No.
Thanksgiving.
Never.
It needs to be in everything. The stuffing. And,
Yep.
I'm probably going to steal a little more of your grapeseed oil here.
Yes, sir.
The vegetables will
Right.
absorb it up a little, so that's what you want to hear. You know, continuous through the cooking process. So,
Absolutely.
oh, nice, butter's melting great in there.
Yep. It's looking good.
I love watching it froth.
Yep. You see that good, Jimmy? All right. So I'm going to let that go.
Jimmy's foaming at the mouth over there. you know?
Home, right?
The man behind the camera. All right. I think I'm just going to let that cook down just a little bit.
Yeah.
Then we're going to add the brown sugar. And how much longer you got there, you think?
I probably got another 3 minutes on the brothels. Just want to make sure they're starting to get cooked through. Because I do like to have like a little bit of contrasted textures in there. Kind of some that are roasted and cooked all the way through, and then some that are about halfway. Because
Right.
then once we glaze, you kind of get all that nice
Right.
textures going on in there. So
Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and light up here and start getting me a little flame.
there you go. Get preheat.
Oh, yeah. These are looking good.
So what I noticed on this thing too is if you use that center and you kind of stack some of the stuff up on it like this,
Right.
you can get some more steam coming through it from that center.
Right.
And you'll get it'll help the cooking process a little bit more, just in case you don't have your lid going.
Right. All right. I'm going to go ahead and add some brown sugar
Nice.
here.
There it is.
How much? To taste. That's my favorite one, right? So
Yeah, we were
just
speaking
kind
about
of
that earlier.
see what the see what it
pan
looks
toast.
like. I'm going to put a little hint of vanilla in.
Lefty.
Gotta have those flavors in there.
Lefty's down below
And
you here.
Lefty's checking it out.
He's got all the little shake down there.
Right. A little bit of cinnamon here. And going to top it off with a little nutmeg.
Got those classic flavors going on.
Yeah. It's going to be awesome. And I'm gonna let this cook down a little bit, and then I'm gonna finish it off with the with a little bit of bourbon here, with the slow and low.
There it is. It's gonna be the highlight.
Man,
All right.
I tell you, whoever we say this every time. If you guys could smell this, holy cow, it's amazing.
All right, so I think I'm gonna start working on the glaze here. I'm gonna wipe the center out a little bit. They're
All
lining
right,
up.
there
You
we go.
know, I don't know what's going on out there, but they're, yeah.
All right,
Awesome.
So for the glaze, now I know it's gonna look like a good amount of sugar going in here, but trust me, it'll be fine. We need to glaze all these Brussels, so I'm gonna go in. This is a little bit of water and lemon juice here. We have the lemon juice in here to keep the sugar from crystallizing. Then we're gonna come in with our sugar. We're gonna kind of stir that up. Kind of bring that water and lemon juice back in there.
Yeah, that's
Kind of
awesome.
like how you're making pasta in a way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
have the well.
Bring the well back
Yeah.
in.
So what we're gonna do, it's okay if those Brussels get in there. And we're gonna kind of let that cook until the sugar goes clear and starts to get almost an amber color.
Because that'll evaporate.
Yeah, we use.
They like your stuff, guys.
Yeah,
they
I
love
guess. All right.
Okay.
Seriously, what the what?
We got the, is it the garbage man? We probably got blocked in.
The
Yeah,
what?
maybe he's letting us know because they're parked on the street.
I don't know.
it. I think, you know.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Either that or he wants to come to the party.
Yeah. Probably a little bit of both.
That is, yeah, that's what it was. Well, they didn't pick up my recycling this week, so.
Yeah, you know, you give and
Yeah,
take,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's the.
You know what?
Oh well. All right.
You can kind of see the sugar starting to come up.
Yeah.
Starting to caramelize a little bit. Over a touch.
Nothing like live TV.
Yeah.
It's just, you know.
We got a pissed off garbage man.
Yeah,
Oh shoot.
Everybody's
Too-
got a schedule,
Too
right?
funny.
Hey.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and add the cha-cha chili seasoning here to get the little bit of spice going.
Yeah, it's kind of. I like the little sweet and spicy elements you got going on there. Sometimes that catches people surprised. You know, they're like, "Oh, I don't like spicy."
But
You throw a little sweetness in there on them, I think that they'll get used to it.
All right, I got my grapeseed oil is getting high here.
Okay.
Maybe you guys get to a pause moment. Mine's really so simple and
Yeah.
straightforward, but I doll it up a little bit. So I got these really ticked over green beans and stuff like that. You know, so just go right in there. And I really want as much browning as possible, but I like mine super soft. And then I introduce some other things into it while I do this. But that browning, I really like. I know we do. You do like to use it a lot at the on the wood grill.
Yeah.
At Luke's, but it's just really something that.
Yeah, that element, you know, that caramelization brings out a little sweetness, but also brings in a little boldness to it.
I'm gonna go quickly. I'm gonna get this in there so it toasts up nicely. But this was my choice of weapon. It's a little too windy to season high today. So,
Yeah.
but I chose the freaking fowl because you know a lot of times this was made with like a chicken-based
Yeah.
mushroom soup.
Yep.
From a can of soup. I know everybody had their favorite, so I went with that whole mindset
Yeah.
of that as well. Woo.
Yeah, it looks like it's got a good amount of pepper in there too. That's gonna go great with those beans.
But there, I wanted almost like a fried bean complex
Yeah.
going on. And then my other things I like to introduce to this is garlic and shallots, or scallions. And why I like to use these is I really, you top it with the crispy onions
Yeah.
or the crispy shallots. I like to throw another onion element into it, being this. So, and I don't do anything fancy with these. You don't even have to take off the roots if they're clean. Some people do, some people don't.
Right.
And I throw them in there almost the same size as the green beans.
Yep.
So, and I use the greens and everything.
Scallions get underrated sometimes, you know. They're
Oh,
always
man,
just
they
used as
are.
like garnish over things, but you take those and you roast them whole over the grill, or even like
Yeah.
roast them down here in the fire dish. Like it's such a beautiful flavor,
Right.
just like a sweet onion flavor that
Yeah.
can go great with just like a steak or any kind of pork chops that you can do in the fire dish. It's amazing.
I get those in there.
Man,
I'm not
mine's
going to throw my whole garlic
Good
in there.
glaze.
yeah. Coming along good. How about you? What do you got going here?
It's looking good. I think here in a few moments I'm going to add the bourbon here, and then we'll add the tea right at the end, and then we're going to bring it all back in together. And I'm going to hit it with this the seafood seasoning. I kind of like a little paprika and like garlic and chili. It's got going on in it as well. Lighten up that kind of sweet and spicy that you have as well. So I really like that seasoning.
Woo, man, this is looking good.
We're going to be the side kings today, you know?
Yeah, I tell you. Well, it's just nice being outside, you know.
Oh man, this is definitely blessed weather.
Yep. Yeah. Can't ask for any more. Yeah, this stuff smells pretty tasty.
Yeah.
Might have to get some here in a little. So we're going to go with that. You can see it's going to kind of make a little noise in there. Then that's going to caramelize down. That's going to intensify the bourbon as well, because we do want to cook off some of that raw alcohol flavor.
Yep.
But we're starting to get a nice glaze there, and then we're getting close to finishing up.
These are both looking spectacular, guys, man.
I know.
I mean, I feel like I'm slowing down over here.
Well, I experimented. I made this last Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And, you know, usually do it in house, and, you know, mash the potatoes up, which is kind of a different take with the cubed potatoes. And it turned out fantastic, so I'm excited.
Adds a little more texture to it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and hit it with some of the seasoning around the outside here. Go a little big.
Oh, yeah. Man, that's looking good.
Yeah, I like to add the seasoning a little later in the cooking once the pan's kind of cooled down.
Yep.
You don't want to char all of the nice spices that we have in there.
Right.
So you guys are traditional oven roasted turkey kind of guys, or deep fried rotisserie?
Man, I did mine on the smoker last year. It was absolutely fantastic. That was the first year I did that.
Yeah.
Usually in the oven, but last year it was on the smoker.
Good to switch it up, you know, that's the best thing.
Absolutely.
Then while you're out there with the smoker, you got this bad boy that you can get all the sides
That's right.
on.
I was outside all day. All right, I'm going to add some of the slow and low as well, just a tad here. Give it a little bit of nice bourbon flavor. I should say old-fashioned flavor, right?
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of sweet in there with the slow and low.
You can kind of see we're starting to get to a kind of amber color on our little caramel that we have going on
Oh,
here.
yeah.
So it's getting pretty close.
Mine are starting to get a little bit of good browning. I like to get, like right there, that's the kind of browning. I want them to be, before they go into the dish and be baked, because this is the kind of dish that you really can get ready, 100%, put in the casserole dish, put it close to the stove, and right before, you know, the turkey's about to be sliced and all that stuff, pop it in the oven and warm, 10 to 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's good to go. You still got steam, but you know, you really want, I like all the elements cooked ahead of time as much as possible on this, you know.
Right.
A lot of times in my household they would use the green canned beans.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's cooked already.
Oh, it's cooked already. And
Yeah.
you know, their flavor leaves a lot to be desired.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But there's nothing like this, but there's nothing, I don't like getting a green bean casserole where the beans aren't tender.
Right.
You know, I've had versions like that. And some people may prefer it, but this is how my preference is, and it's probably an ode going back to that canned green you know, where they're sliced on the bias. It was like the first time you ever saw a bias cut.
Oh, the French cut green bean.
The French cut, yeah. Fancy. I gotta learn how to do that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I think, you know, like
Do a fancy cooking school to do that.
Man, look at that.
Look at that. Look at that caramelization.
That's looking great, Todd.
Woo. Oh, little leaf in there.
I got you.
Oh man,
Got me.
fall flavors.
Yep. Yeah.
Man, I tell you, we got 3 amazing sides going on here. And I think, you know, Chef Brandon, you said on yours that, you know, you can take it from here and put it in the casserole dish and put it in the oven, or you can just eat it right from here, right?
Yeah, you can, totally, 100%. I just like it, but if you're going to eat it from here, I just make sure that you have extra toppings, so that way whoever is putting on their plate can put as much of that crispy topping as possible.
Yeah.
And I got 2 secret weapons now.
Uh-oh.
And I'm going to tell you, one is store-bought and one is Jason Campbell made.
Uh-oh.
I got his ranch-flavored pork rinds that I like to top with.
Nice.
And, you know, these are delicious, you know.
Crispy
They're
pork
delicious
skins.
and addicting at the same time.
Yeah. You gotta be careful.
And,
All right, Mike.
They're So I like to crunch those up on top.
Oh, man.
And do the crispy onions.
Great topping to things,
Yeah.
you know. When we fry them at the restaurant, we always gotta make sure we fry extra, because you know, just in your passerby, you just hear the.
Oh yeah.
So we got a good little.
They know
bubble.
I'm going to be walking through eventually,
Oh, yeah.
you know, and
That's the
I eat a
chips.
handful.
So we're gonna add our brewed tea here. We're gonna let that come back up, and that's gonna give us, since we had that sugar and caramel going on, and then we add the tea. That kind of takes the sweet tea aspect of it, because you know I'm a Southern boy. I like my tea sweet.
That's right.
Almost to where I can't drink it anymore because the doctors say I need to take it easy.
Where the spoon is standing straight up.
Yes.
And vertical.
Yeah.
If it's holding itself on the glass, there's not enough.
That's right. So we're gonna put these Brussels back into that glaze, and then it's gonna start cooking down, and they're just gonna coat themselves, get nice and sticky, and then we're gonna be just about to finish it up with a little lemon zest, the country ham over the top, and a little cranberry sauce. That
Man, look at you.
I'm about ready to almost. These are done, man.
All right, so I'll speed up a little bit. I'm almost there where I like to be. So right now is, once I get to that, then I'm gonna start adding some mushrooms, just for a little bit extra texture in there, and then I add my garlic. And I know the mushrooms are gonna drop some water, and they'll protect that garlic from browning too much.
Got it.
And I really want it, when I have this kind of dish, I want it to be gutsy. I want it to be like,
Oh, yeah.
wow, there's a lot of good flavors going on here.
Right.
And it's a lot like when you have a chili enchilada. It needs to have a lot of,
Right. Yeah.
you know,
Bowl of big.
chili
And
enchilada.
I'm gonna go ahead and turn mine off. I'm ready, and I'm gonna put the
Finishing move.
the finishing move here. You know, the classic look
Yep.
with the marshmallows, and we got a little bee action going
That
on
just
here.
shows how sweet and good it's
Oh
gonna
yeah.
be. Nice. Look at that.
I'm gonna start to move my stuff out to the outside, get some of that excess oil to
Yep.
fall down before I get my sauce. And this is the sauce recipe for this bechamel. So it's a mushroom bechamel. We'll actually post this up on the website with this.
The
But
recipe,
I like to
yeah.
have this pre-made, and I do like to do this one in a pan just because it's a small amount
Right.
for this bechamel for this. So it's one thing, that's my preference. You can do it out here, but
Man, look at that. Marshmallows are
Starting to melt in
starting
there.
to melt right in there. Looking good. Probably just gonna take a little bit
Finish it with a little
of cinnamon
Yeah, why not?
and nutmeg.
I get rid of some of my oil. Just a little bit.
Yeah, and you know what he's talking about is the mushroom bechamel is essentially a homemade version of that cream of mushroom soup, or that classic can that you would open to make it. And bechamel is simply a roux, which is flour and a fat butter, you know, and flour. Cook that down, and then you're gonna add a little milk, heavy cream, little nutmeg in there to go classic. And then you kind of cook that down, and that roux thickens that sauce, and you throw in your roasted mushrooms, and then you essentially have mushroom soup right there. It's
Very
just
much
nice.
so.
It's a very Frenchy
Yeah.
term of
So I'm gonna
calling
go in
that.
here with some cream, just to cool the thing down a little bit before I start to add my soup,
Yeah.
just to get that in there. So this, and you can make this just that day, but
Yeah.
and then
We use cremini mushrooms in that bechamel.
which is a baby portobello.
Baby portobello, yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Just, you know,
You can use portobello.
yeah, you can use
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
You know, you gotta get the gills out of them and stuff. But the cremini, I love that mushroom. It's one of the most versatile mushrooms I use around my house for a lot of seasoning.
So right here, it's always handy to have a little bit of extra cream on
Yeah.
board. So and then I'll get that going. And with like this, you just want to make sure you're stirring a little bit as you're bringing it back together,
Yeah.
so it doesn't lump. If you run out of cream, water will work.
Yep.
Chicken stock will work.
Chicken stock.
And you know, in this, you can, in your bechamel, as your water, you can add 1 part chicken stock too, to get it, that poultry.
Right.
Or you can add your turkey drippings to it, or
Yeah.
anything that's, you know, don't
Yeah.
lose those turkey drippings.
that-
You know, that's
That'd be fantastic in there.
Yeah.
So now everything up here, and now my bechamel is pretty much
Yep, she's looking
much
good.
loose and nice, you know.
Looking good.
And I just start to bring everything together.
Look at that. It's looking like your classic
Yeah, man.
green bean casserole.
And then,
right.
I can bring that to a simmer real quick, bring all the flavors, and then I can pop that right into a casserole, top it, and it's sitting on the stove for a couple hours, right till turkey time.
Yep.
Yeah. It's looking great. Well, I hope you guys are enjoying this so far. Make sure you're commenting below, what you're going to be cooking, how you're going to cook your turkey,
Yeah.
what side you're going to cook. You're going to cook on the FIREDISC. Hopefully these are some great options for you. Man, this is the sweet potato thing.
Yeah. I believe
Sweet
you got
and
some
spicy?
crunchy pecans to go over the top.
I
of that.
do.
Whoa.
I got a little topping here.
Yeah.
The secret weapon, as Chef
Yep.
Brandon would say. I got one in my back pocket
I
here.
like it.
So how are you coming along
I think
there on
we're
yours?
just about there. I'm probably going to kill the heat here. And then once that caramel cools, you'll see it. It'll start to get a little...
A little thicker?
Yeah, a little thicker because we got the heat on it right now. So we'll go ahead and boom, knock that heat down.
All right.
Do one little last little flavor check on them. Yeah, be careful because that glaze is going to be
Super hot.
super hot.
Yeah.
So just want to be careful.
It's almost like a caramel.
Yep.
But
Once it cools, yeah.
there's the old joke that we like to do with to the culinary apprentices that come through our kitchens, and you
Okay,
want
give
to
it to
make
me.
sure
Give it to me.
they were paying attention in that
Yeah,
class and be like,
right.
never taste the caramel and never touch the caramel when it's boiling. And so sometimes when they walk there, I'll be like, hey, can you taste that for me real
Oh,
quick?
man,
and
yep.
you see them like going with the spoon, you have to grab the spoon and be
yeah.
like, no, you didn't listen,
Yeah.
did you? So it's like, you don't have to stick your hand in the fire to know it's hot. You
Yeah,
ask them
that's right.
sometimes.
Yeah,
That's
there's always little tricks that when the new guy comes in, new person comes in, it's always when
Taste the roux and taste the
Well,
caramel.
like the roux, you're like, hey, check out this peanut butter we made in house because like a roux sometimes can look like peanut butter and take a mouthful.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I think we're looking pretty good here. I think we're probably gonna be ready to plate up whenever we're ready to go here.
Yeah.
So I'll finish
Pretty close.
the toppings up in the bowls that I have over here. So
Okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and put the secret weapon on, huh?
there you go.
Some sweet and spicy pecans on the top.
That nice little crunch.
Yeah,
Nice,
it's going to
brother.
give it a nice new texture and flavor with the pecans. And I was going to go with just the regular pecans, but
Yeah.
man, I don't know. This is going to kind of set it off a little bit
Yeah.
with
Little tricks of the trade,
With
that's
the-
what's
with
going
the
to separate
chili.
yours from the others.
That's right. That's right.
And one of my little finishing moves I like to do on a lot of stuff is add fresh lemon zest right at the end.
Ooh, nice.
Oh,
yeah,
there you
yeah.
go.
Lemon and tea go together, right? And lemon and bourbon.
That's right.
If you don't have one of these fancy zesters, I suggest you get one. They're a kitchen staple.
Man, that's just going to add that little
Yep.
extra zing to it.
What I like about those is I don't know how we made it this far in our careers until those things came along.
Yeah.
How versatile the garlic and everything like that.
Yeah.
And I guess the story behind it was a woodmaker's wife was looking for something to grate her cheese with, and she went out into his wood shop because her grater broke.
Yep.
And she grabbed one of these wood fine rasps.
Yeah.
Rasps, and found it and said this will work out
Can't beat
great.
'em.
And grated it. And that's
We use these for everything. From like he said, you can microplane garlic to get it in a sauce and it'll melt
Right.
really fast. Lemon
That's
zest,
awesome.
cheese. I mean, you can eat. A lot of guys will microplane actually like nice Marcona almonds.
Uh-huh.
I mean, the world's endless on microplanes.
That's awesome.
There's all different kinds, but the microplane brand is actually the best. So we're gonna go ahead.
I'm going to grab my plate
There
too.
you go.
I'm gonna go ahead and finish mine real quick.
All right.
Jimmy, you got this real quick, and so I got my fried onions right here, and my secret weapon right here.
Oh,
which is-
pork rinds, baby.
Yeah. So I like with this, I like a lot of texture, a lot of, because it's very creamy and it's got.
Yeah.
I like that topping. I think the topping was my favorite part when I was.
Oh yeah, of course.
Well, like you were saying, if you're gonna serve it out of the fire, just make sure you have extra toppings because everybody
people
likes those
gonna-
crispy
yeah.
onions. Everybody likes.
Well, my mom would always be so mad. She'd go. It'd be Thanksgiving Day, and she'd go in the cabinet to find the onions,
Oh,
and
yeah,
they're gone.
Snack on.
Pillage.
And Mom, we had nothing to snack on. We
It
ate
wasn't-
all-
yeah,
we
yeah.
ate all the Doritos.
That's right.
Yep.
All right,
That's when
well,
she really knew that you were salt addicted.
Jimmy, I'm gonna go ahead and, man, I'm gonna take the first part of this.
Yeah, marshmallows help keep it all together for that perfect
Yeah,
scoop, huh?
it works perfect. Yeah, it sure does. Look at that.
Oh man, that looks delicious.
Man, if you could smell this, woo!
Yeah, that caramelization you got on sweet potatoes is great. That's gonna add nice little texture, crispiness to the
Yeah.
dish too.
Yep, it certainly is. A little crispy on the bottom too, which is nice.
Yep.
Yeah. Fill that spot right there.
Yeah, you full bowl, full serving.
That's right.
Just one. That looks great.
Yep. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna finish up the Brussels here. So we have this nice 12-month age country ham.
Go ahead and pull it over here. You want me?
Yeah, let's
Put
go
it in
ahead.
front of the, over the.
Right there.
Right there. Is that good, Jimmy?
Right
Is
there
that a good spot?
Closer to the camera.
Right there.
Yeah.
Right there.
Alright.
Perfect.
This is nice 12-month age country ham from Benton's. These guys will actually deliver to your door. If you never had country ham, you're really missing out.
Yeah.
So then we just have some fresh cranberries that we pop with a little honey, little vinegar here. That's gonna add just a nice little sweet
Close up here.
element there.
Perfect.
And then
It's another great dish too to do with a lot of times you have leftovers.
yep,
So, and you're trying to eat healthy, and you got the Brussels sprouts, and you got leftover cranberry.
Man,
yep.
This is great.
that looks
And
incredible.
then you can come over the top with a little more lemon zest if you like.
That's awesome, man.
Good deal.
Yeah, let me show mine off up there. You know?
Yeah, look at that.
Cheers.
Okay.
Cheers, yeah.
That's awesome, guys.
3 great dishes. You got the what? What's
I got
yours
the
called?
roasted Brussels with the bourbon tea glaze, a little country ham, and some cranberries.
Awesome. Sweet and spicy sweet potato casserole with the slow and low in there.
I got the green bean casserole with the mushroom gravy and the pork rind onion crisping cracklings.
Man,
Nice.
This
You know.
fantastic, and we'll try them here in a little bit.
Yeah, the cool
Okay,
thing
so-
about it too is,
Yeah.
we could have done this all in one fire disc, just cleaned out, gone, and then
Absolutely.
you could have spent 2 hours,
Yep.
getting these things
Set
going
that over there.
and doing enough for everybody,
Little,
Set this
bottom,
one
little
over
hot
there.
on the bottom, so be careful.
and let the
Man, that looks good.
Snack on some country ham.
Yeah. Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this episode. We got a big weekend with FIREDISC. We got the grand opening tomorrow. I'm headed out after this tonight. I'm flying down to Houston, and excited to see the store firsthand, all finished out. We got some great giveaways all weekend. So if you're in the Houston area, be sure to stop by. We're in La Centera at Cinco Ranch in Katy, Texas. So, man, I can't wait to get you guys down there.
Is it
exciting.
flying over or down?
What's that? Yeah,
No,
it's
It's
close.
completely
It-
due west, right?
yeah, it's
Yeah,
over.
okay.
Down, over, I don't know.
This weather, I feel like I'm in Ohio or something.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. But anyways, make sure also that you join FIREDISC Nation. Go to our Facebook page. You'll see all kinds of recipes, some great stuff from Chef Brandon, and Chef Jason gets in there and does some stuff as well. You'll see, man, all the people that own FIREDISC now it's an amazing place to go and get recipes. So be sure that you join that. And also, make sure you share our Facebook page. We're almost to 100,000 followers, so
nice.
you guys too.
Nice.
Let's share. Let's get
Make
to
it happen.
$100,000.
I'll take it.
100,000 fans. We're going to give away a bunch of free stuff when we get there. Man, just super excited. I can't thank you guys enough. What awesome showcase of different sides for Thanksgiving. And man,
I hope everybody has a killer Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Have a
Yeah.
blast, have fun, relax.
yeah, be safe, and it's going to be a great holiday. So next episode, be sure, man, this is episode 11. Next
Yeah.
is 12. That's a year. I can't believe it. It's
Christmas
been
something.
it's
Christmas themed.
yeah. We're going to do a Christmas holiday, and I think we got a little special leftover recipe we're going to do too for Christmas for some of you turkey folks that
Don't give away too much.
I know we don't want to give away too much, but anyways, it'll be a great, episode 12 coming up. Again, thank you guys, appreciate it, and thanks everybody for watching again. We look forward to seeing you next month on Fired Up Friday. Take care.
Have a good one.
Take care.
Thanks.